ate this dude's lunch. Back to the lobby. Not good. Not me. Just get good, bro. Just get good. I game like I have plus 50 toughness, but really, I'm plus 100 afraid.
Hey, life can be scary, but State Farm supports you.
I feel plus 250 relieved.
Hey, thank you. Of course, man.
Pass the ball!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Fight with all your heart!
We are supporting Capcom Cup 10 with a total prize pool of over $2 million.
You don't want to miss it, Blake! Him cook! Look at the damage! Look at the damage! Your two-time Capcom Cup champion! It's Meta RD!
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to share my new merch line with you. I just need to finish the promo panel for my Twitch page. Let's see what Photoshop can do. I wish the background was less plain. I think there's a tool for that. There it is. Sky replacement. Perfect. Let's drop it in the graphic. Put the photo layer on top of the shape layer. Create clipping mask. I can even move the image around within the shape. Filter gallery, add grain, horizontal. Done.
You're such a good listener, Thomas. It makes me feel so special.
You are special. If you don't mind, if you could just...
This makes me feel really special, too, because, Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on debit to everyone.
Everybody?
Everybody, if you could just...
What about Debbie John? All those years that I couldn't find my bike, it was in her garage. Like, she gets it.
If she has Discover cashback debit, then yeah.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back for everyone.
Okay. I want some water for a little protein bar. I'm gonna bring Storm Dragon Lee Sin. Let's go. Let's go again. I want to win so badly right now. I can't even describe how much just one single solo queue win would mean to me. I need this. I need this. Here we go. Gonna go red Pokemon, I'll go full damage.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
I'm gonna deafen myself. I haven't seen a single useful ping or chat message today. We're on our own now. We're on our own. I'm gonna have to stop. Giving Camille a lead in this top matchup would be huge. Akali for some reason has Dark Harvest. It's a mid main. Probably forgot to swap runes from last game. She has 24% win rate on Akali after 17 games. When starting blue side, I usually go E second and Lee after getting a leash. Because we're not gonna drop too low anyway, so we're gonna be fine. We're ready to fight here. Both solo lanes insta-moved. I already love this team. We didn't get anything, but it's the fort that counts. He's here now. Hold it in left. I need to check the scuttle now. He's gonna commit for the mark. And he's gonna fail smite. Sit down, son. Enjoy your fucking grey screen, kid. Oh my god! I'm getting the anger out of my system and it feels great! We're back! We're freaking back! Let's win this game. Let's goddamn win. Let's win, guys! Oh, that felt so good! Finally, man. Finally something going my way. Finally. What is... That's what I'm talking about. We are 5-0. Let's go! Woo! I'm loving it! The dream! Bring it home! Bring it home! Come on! Where are you going, Kindred? Where are you heading now? There you are. Killer. Oh, I wanted Samira to just take her head and smack it right into Kindred, just going freaking ham. Why she didn't dare to. And I kinda understand why, not gonna lie. Tarek can tank, I can go. But I need him to tank. Now my Q timed out. It's too late, bro. I don't have Q. Is he fine? That was awkward. It was an execute. It was an execute. We're chilling. All good. Oh, there's a mark on my Raptors, friends. It's time to cross map. I don't think she's gonna make it here in time. I think we're good. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. He's up here. One auto. I need to auto just once. Dude. Dude, Nautilus! Oh. Good support, Rome. It is what it is. Well played by Camilla. I'll get the Mark and Crump, then we can invade the bot side. He took care of both of them actually. Did what I couldn't. Well, I also had Nasir hunting me, so that didn't make my situation any easier. It feels so good having a winning bot lane, having a winning team in general. I would get used to this. You see how she just did it? Just finished red buff. Please don't base bot lane. Guys. No. Goodbye. I guess I have to take matters into my own hands. To mid lane we go. Good dodge. Oh, that was close. Hydra, I'm happy. No Merciless and Kindred are probably on an adventure top side somewhere. Oh, this Tarek is smoothing. Weapon marked, we should contest this. Make it. Oh, we had both Terra gold and Kindred gold, but they couldn't make it to win time. And then 2 ham. At least we got a fight started. That's something.
It's good old oatmeal.
I'll go do it with a seer. No problem. I'll take care of the team, don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. Rushing Hydra was a mistake, guys. I am really useless.
I'm sorry, but
I think I was feeling it a little bit too much when shoving. Oh. I got 100 gold from that kill, by the way. Like, I'm not even kidding. Legit 100 gold. Vayne is a cannon minion. Did you see that?
nice. GG.
I don't think my eyes are deceiving me. I think that is actually a victory screen. It happened. It wasn't clean, but it was a win. Insane team. Let's drop an applause. They goddamn deserve it. Oh my god, yes, dude. Yes, man. Yes! Finally! Finally, we did it. We won a game of League of Legends. We won! We won! It is possible! It is possible! I could have honored any one of these 4 amazing people. They all deserved it. I got 3 honors. I had a good early game. I had a good first 10 minutes, then I ran it down a couple of times. But the aggression paid off. We removed Kindred from the game. And we got the job done. 3019 Tarek, by the way. What a beast. What a beast. I needed this win so much. I needed this so much. Oh, it feels good. It feels so good to win a game, man. I can barely comprehend it. Like I've worked so hard for this for hours.
Mission unlock Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
It's showtime! Or grab Doritos! Target triangulate!
Or power up with Rockstar Energy Drink!
Buy Dew, Doritos, or Rockstar Energy Drink and unlock Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
My cat just like dead stares.
Smooth, glowing skin.
It's
It's not what you put on, but what you take off.
Something, but I'm like, what?
Venus for facial hair, skincare with Olay. First,
cat.
cleansing primer to prep.
I walked in, just like dead stared at like something, but there's no spiders, there's no flying insects. I mean, I could look again. She's like right here. What's up, baby girl? What's up, Mark? Just standing in the She's like dead stared. So spiders. So flying insects. Oh, she too. Interesting cat. Don't get me wrong, the dried blueberries with the oatmeal, coupled with the roasted almonds, is good. And then I added some goji berries and honey. Definitely made it taste better, but are the dried blueberries, are they candied, or is it just blueberries are just once they're dried, and then when they go into like a warm oatmeal, it tastes candied, but I guess the fruit's always sweet. But I just figure dried fruit loses its kind of sugar content. Still really good. Oh, my bad. Oh. Might as well just. Just check out. Opens the door. Lets the hot air out. The cat's funny. What is happening? Oh, he's playing a sponsor game.
Of what it has to offer, but we're gonna go through some of it. HoYoverse has been so kind to sponsor the adventure we're about to go on. Massive shout out to them, of course, for giving me early access to Sentinel Zone Zero. And throughout this journey,
Ambition is still. Let's refresh proxy, I guess.
you should have a clear idea of what Sentinel Zone Zero has to offer. Now, if any of you are interested in joining me on this adventure, of course, there's a link that you can click where you can pre-register for the game as well. So you are soon ready to shine in the game alongside me. So here we are. And yeah, we're in this lovely room. Can go explore a little bit. I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert. I'm not by any means. The game is still in very early access. You can even see it at the bottom of the screen. This is a test version and doesn't represent the quality of the final game.
Why would Brock say he's an expert at a brand new game?
Yeah, there's a lot for us to go through and explore, really. So we start in this room. Bang, Wade, seeing our lovely friend is in front of us. So, to begin with, I was asked to try out the Hollow Deep Dive system. So, let's load into this and see what this is about. So, there's a story here with a main commission. I think the Hollow Zero commission that we want to try out to begin with is down here. Yes, this looks like the one. Recommended level 20. I'm loaded into account that is level 20, so we should be good to that. Medium exploration. Easy mode probably would be would be ideal for the curling captain right now, but let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh, I see a couple of comments in chat about the sound. Is the sound not fine? Are we good? Is everything okay? Just double checking, making sure that everything is fine as we dive into it. Does it need to be lower? Does it need to be louder? Sound is good. There's a static. Wait.
Oh nice, Griffin's on the console.
There's a static.
Is he part of the T1? I mean, she could grab the two Namis. This is a really good position. And I would also grab the Senna. 1, 2, 3. Like for me right now, I'm probably gonna go like Senna.
I'm about to 3-star Nami before I find one Tarek or one Gragas.
Wait, she's 2 Nami? Oh wow, she is about to 3-star Nami. Nice. Oh, did she get rid of a Senna? There was a level 2 Senna right there. Oh, nice.
I don't want this. This is some bullshit, dude.
But it's a 3-star.
I was memeing.
3-star. Here you go, boom boom. Pinnacle,
No,
Carthus.
she cannot be my carry. I'm playing TF.
It's a 3
Oh
star. Jenny. I don't understand. She could be rolling in level 6 with 3 star with Carthus or Samara. I don't understand. One, two, three. The game is, you know. Oh, and Domino Will? I think Domino Will said 10 seconds of, like 10 seconds where they can't be crowd control. It's huge. It's just as good as Ascension.
Yeah.
The reason Domino Will is so good is that Nami can get her bubble. If she had the Karthus or Samira, they can like engage their damage safely.
Good thing I only have.
If she had the level 2 Senna
ALP.
would be in this position with the Brad.
I literally have 0 units I need except Nami.
Yeah, because
it's doomed.
No, you have.
Why did you give me a?
I mean.
Yeah, this is like just me normally talking, which I don't really do much, to be honest. I realize like anytime I talk, I usually talk pretty loud, a lot of like excitement behind it. And I'm not like sick. I feel better. I think I got better like 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I felt like super shit. But I got to sleep a bit. Today I slept like 7 hours, so I didn't really sleep much. Hard? We'll just mark that page again.
He's been playing the game for 9 years, but he's 16? That means he was playing the game when he was like 7 years old? What?
Bridge.
I mean, it makes sense. Just if you spend 9 years in the game, hit 1972 LP rank 1, awesome. Great stuff. Korean Challenger, 1000 LP rank 7, awesome. But I'm sitting here thinking, he must have been playing the game when he was 7 years old. Whoa.
If he was level 11, level 12, he'd be much scarier.
Oh yeah, Gray's dead. Gray. Oh, wait. Oh, what? Team better. Dude, no way. No way, team is goofing like this. Just missing everything. Like Draven, Nautilus, what? Like finish these fools, like what? Like what? Like yeah, I was like Draven should be just getting a triple kill. Oh, Draven's 12 too? Okay. Oh my god.
It's really hard to play into Draven as Graves. Because his E like really destroys you.
That too.
Easily space you.
13-2 to Draven?
But it's so easy for Draven to kite you because he is constant move speed from Triforce and W's, and his E is very annoying for Graves. Probably one of the 8 carries I hate playing against the most as Graves. Because other 8 carries like Jinx and stuff, at least they don't have as much raw single target output, even though they have more range. But Draven just having constant W movement speed and Triforce movement speed actually makes it really hard to stick onto. And with his E. At least like Jinx you can flash on it, but if you flash on
What is proccing a ghost passive?
Jinx you can flash on to as Graves, but if you flash on
is it a Sheen thing?
Like just E you and out kite you. And
It's really. I mean, unless Ori messes up, it's really hard to pressure an Ori. Yeah, well, Ori really just has to get off like. Ori has to poke like 3 times. I think the tower stays a. Oh, nice! Great play from the. What's it called? I was gonna say. Oh, nice! Atalia just got the knockout. Even though Atalia is 3-5-4, she made 2 really good plays.
I guess I can go Syrinx next. How much moves does Black Cleaver give? This what? Can't read. 3 per stack? I believe that's what it says. It stacks 6 times. So 18?
Is it attacking Herald generates the ghost speed? Is that what it is?
No, we're just ending the game.
Never quite looked at all the... Oh, Ambition's doing a replay. Or VOD review.
Yeah, but Shion's quite good here. Actually, the top and mid are actually
I don't know about that. Renata trying to flash. Crap an opponent. Like, what? Renata should only ever really try to flash, grab an opponent if you know the enemy's flash is down. Only time you should ever be doing that play.
I had R still too, though, so I was pretty safe.
What is Ambition? Is he VOD reviewing another player? Or is he playing the ring? I don't know.
A little quick again.
He's evaluating positioning. He's highlighting the Karma. What did the Karma not do? Karma not utilizing the wave and maybe firing her skill shot safely.
Let your male freak fly.
It's part of what is.
이렇게 푸시를 못 한다.
Oh, he's VOD reviewing probably with some other coaches or the pros. Or he's reviewing a video of someone else coaching because he's not.
인정.
그러니까 나는 이게 여기서 우리 이미 칼부 와드 찍고 삼거리 와드 찍고 했잖아요.
Oh, he's like with
한번 빨 수
3 or
있는데
4 people.
랭가라서. 형이 여기 가운데 부시 그냥 와드 받고 때리면서 재면서 썼으면 그냥 개발랐을 거.
그것도 맞고. 근데 다음에는 이 매치업 할 때 그냥 여기 들어가 있어야 될 것 같아. 얘네가 여기 너무 편하게 먹었어.
Well, blue side's in an advantage position because they have vision control, creating. I think it was like. Yeah, like red side, you're trailing. They're not together as a unit. Can't do anything.
원거리 매치업이면 그냥 5명 달려. 어차피 위쪽 시야 아무런 의미 없잖아.
바르마 한 거.
Blue side just slightly pushed away past the quadrant. They get to exert pressure on Brian. So blue side just pushed the wave to control the quadrant. They get Prio, they move. Red side didn't have vision, hesitated. He could run in as a team, do the damage, steal blue from enemy red side. Cool, congrats to Griffin on becoming a 2-1 training. It's probably an immense pride and excitement to be in that position, getting paid under T1 to learn and train either there in our coaching side.
We gotta walk over here.
Brox is playing some.
You all ready for this?
Sponsored content.
Are you
for a
ready?
new video game
For the battle? I hope you are.
Early access.
Oh, we found some friends.
Test
Okay.
version.
Oh,
Not quite
swap
sure.
character. Oh, we swap in space. That makes sense. This guy
Is it
is
like
really powerful.
Genshin Impact, but
oh. What is happening? I'm so confused. Well, I'm owning them. Oh, this combat is crazy. I guess I just have to kill everything here. I'm popping off. I'm going big. Let's go.
Target confirmed. Go.
I love this. This is so crazy. Take that. Okay. Got him. Are we just gonna stack the same cards? Critical hits reduce the target's attack by 18. Basic attacks inflict 20% more days. When an enemy recovers from being stunned, the attack is reduced by 15. Let's try this one.
Too bad it's not real money.
Too bad it's not real money. True. Penny truest.
okay, interesting game menu. Or which is TV.
Gonna move over here now. What happens
TV.
here?
Corruption inflicted.
Corruption inflicted frightened. When your pressure is overloaded, all squad members lose HP.
Ouch. It's a debuff.
Oh. Signal lost. Does this mean we're battling again? Do I have to show my fighting skills?
Okay, I like the
also character.
It's definitely.
I'm probably taking a bit too much damage here.
Target confirmed. Go.
Oh! What just happened? That was crazy. Oh my god. I'm destroying them. High level threat detected. This is the final wave. Okay. Okay, okay. No problem. I got this. Don't worry about it.
Can you dodge? Or is it?
At your command.
If I utilize terrain?
This fighting is so intense.
What are you waiting for?
I can barely control this. There's so many crazy things going on all at once. Oh. Oh, there's new enemies? I thought that was it. Okay. I'll swap to this character. Can keep swapping between the two of them.
Okay, I guess you can kind of dodge the bullets because you see.
Let's go.
Sort of indicator.
Target confirmed. Go.
Oh.
Or dodge enemy attack.
Keep fighting.
What are you waiting for?
Huge. We got it. Oh, there's more coming.
Same,
Not sure how much I'm supposed to swap between them. But it's kind of working. Whatever I'm doing is working. Wait, that was insane.
Target confirmed. Go.
Okay. Come on.
I wish
yeah, that's
the
right. That's
screen
right.
shook
Next
less.
one. Next one.
Like I just need it to connect it. Definitely.
Was that it?
The whole screen was like static effect,
This is so
distortion effect,
This is crazy.
a blur effect, a screen shake, screen rumble.
I'm gonna need,
We could
I'm gonna
we
need a
could
bit of
cut
water.
that down.
Woo. Are you all liking this so far? You able to keep up with what's going on? High APM game, I know, right? Oh my, I feel like such a noob right now. Oh man. Every 4 seconds your next dash attack becomes a dodge counter. Let's try that out. Where do we go now? Let's go right. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Get the coins.
This game looks like it's made to where you're supposed to have 3 characters, but I guess it's kind of early test. You have 2.
Let's get that. Oh,
anime style.
We're going again.
Like almost like Gun Gale. Anime instead of Sword Art Online, more like.
Let's have a look. Both my characters are relatively low on health, it looks like. I might have to be a little bit careful. Well, easier said than done, I guess. Okay, I'm puking them. I'm gonna go
platform
crazy mode.
Action survival.
Target confirmed.
Like instance.
What are you waiting for?
Woo! Here we go.
Roger.
Yeah.
Electric
Yeah, we go again.
At your command.
One, perfect.
What are you waiting for? Just a bullet?
Okay, where's the walls over there now? I probably should be a bit careful about these lasers, huh? Okay, we're gonna run over here. Need to be ready to juke them. I don't want to take too much damage here. Need to be on point. That was insane. I can actually dodge almost everything if I play well. But that's the tricky part. I have to actually play well. Also got to swap between the characters at the right times. Oh man, oh man. Oof. Careful, careful.
Eliminating target.
Oh. I think I missed my ability completely, but it looked really cool.
My bullets never lose sight of their target.
This thing is tanky. Almost.
In my sight.
There we go. There we go. Huge. Just let's go. Nice. What's next? Alrighty. Let's hop over here. What happens now? Oh, we're gonna be fighting some more. Gamer grandpa experience? Oh really, you think I'm a grandpa? I mean, considering both of my characters are really low, maybe you're onto something. What is this monster? This monster looks really cool. Oh, there's a little mob here. Come on. Come on. Oh! This thing is not dying! Wait, can I actually complete this? Wait. Oh! I'm panicking! I'm panicking! Get me out!
I like how the game gives you...
This thing is so scary.
These indicator kind of diamonds.
No panic, no panic. Refocus.
Yeah, you can see
fine. Everything's under control.
Slow, dodgeable projectiles.
Kill the little one first. It's almost down.
I think has a lot of health.
Oh, I took a lot of damage there.
She's super low on health.
Go do some repairs.
Oh! Everything's stressed out. It's so crazy.
Nice.
We killed it. We killed the little one. Oh.
Yeah, now it's just...
Oh my god. The girl only has 200 health. How much exactly? 290. juked.
Oh, nice. Like,
It's almost down. It's almost down. We're going beast mode. Look it. In it to win it. In it to win it. Oh, these fights are so crazy. Oh. Challenge results. Oh, my
for
poor
comic
heart.
book ink pattern.
Do I have to remove this? Let's take this one. Looks like you're having fun. I mean, there's a lot going on. It's kind of it's a bit stressful, the fights, but I think the fights having a really high skill cap is not a bad thing by any means.
I'm not sure what this.
Because this means that if
pressure
you put
is,
a lot of
reducing
time into
pressure sounds
actually
like it's a
getting
good
better, it's
thing.
going to feel really rewarding. I think we need to restore health here. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
unless it's like there's this game where you have to utilize cards to. Oh, nice. Get to choose a support agent. Okay, there we go. That's what I thought. Yeah, there was like a third opening on the bottom. Oh dang, Ariasaki is still playing? Cool, let me
Enter the Spedience Gym Monster, an all-in-one home gym solution that aims...
What probably the game of the day? The Eagles beat the Bills in overtime, 37-34.
Nice.
And remember we talked about this a couple of weeks. I think about
that was a phenomenal game.
Thank you.
Jalen Hurts, Ocho, he started 4 of 11 for 33 yards and an interception in the first half.
Yeah, horrible.
And he rallied. He ends
half.
up throwing for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns in the second half. He added another 65 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Now he has 11 rush touchdown games.
Jalen Hurts went from behind, had 140 passer rating, perfect as he came back as a clutch player, making heroic plays. The Eagles win the game. In the third and fourth quarter, in 2 quarters, had 5 total touchdowns.
Declaring, I feel like I'm effing back. His statement also came against the Jets. Josh Allen now is 0-6 in overtime. He was 29 of 51, 339, 2 touchdowns and an interception.
Yeah.
He also had 2
The Bills
scores on the
quarterback
ground
is
and
0-6 in
81
overtime.
rushing yards.
Oof.
What was some of your takeaways from this ball game?
I mean, obviously the Eagles didn't play well in the first half. Jalen Hurts didn't play well in the first half. The Bills, I thought the Bills were going to come away with this one. Obviously, Josh Allen being 0-5 before the game had ended, and obviously looking like they were going to win the game. I was not hoping. I'm not going to say I was hoping, but Josh has been playing extremely bad. Obviously, they play the Jets. I'm really not counting that win because the Jets are a bad team, and so I'm not going to count that win. So I was hoping this would have been good motivation.
I think it was like,
would have been a good what's the word?
Like 250
good confidence
plus
builder,
yards.
for the team. Yeah, a good one, especially beating the Eagles team. Obviously, that is 9-1 or maybe 8-1 at the time. I got my numbers confused, but either way, I think it would have been great for them to finish this game off the right way. I thought they had it in the bag. I honestly did. I thought they had it in the bag. Obviously, the Eagles, they're going to the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs. They're going to make a long run. The Bills, I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, they were 6-5 coming into the game. They haven't been playing well. They've been very up and down all season long. Diggs hasn't been happy. Josh hasn't been happy. Gabe Davis, not one goddamn target last week against the Jets. Not one target. You know,
missed it.
He had a.
Josh missed him today in OT. He had it for a touchdown. They came with the bomb. They came to blow it up, and he had him, and he missed him. Now, I don't.
Do we blame Mother Nature a little bit? Do we blame
Ocho, did you see the guy kick the 59-yard field goal in that driving rainstorm?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey.
And that would have been good. The ball looked like it had been good. It looked like it had been good from 65, 70.
About 60.
Because they hit the back of the net.
It was a good kick.
So
that was a good kick. A good clutch kick at that.
But now I don't know how they look. We were taught like when somebody comes on the bomb blitz and we're outside, we stay outside. If you're inside and they come with the bomb blitz, you try to cross the guy's face. Okay, but in a situation like Ocho, you can't miss that throw, Ocho. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Because remember, everybody was up in arms. Oh, if the Bills had got the ball in overtime against the Chiefs, they'd have won the game.
They'd have won the game. Well, they had the opportunity to do that just now. They had the opportunity.
They had an opportunity.
They had the opportunity. And I don't like to make excuses, but man, playing in that rain, it handicaps you a little bit. It handicaps, you catching the ball. It handicaps you throwing the ball and just being efficient as you would if it was dry. I'm not making no excuses. I'm just saying. I'm just taking into account the
Devontae
fact
Smith
that
didn't have a hard time catching it. Zacchaeus caught one at the back of the end zone. He didn't have a hard time catching it.
Oh yeah, that was a nice catch too in the back of the end zone.
But the thing is, Ocho, the Bills seems to be in control of this game. And then Josh get booed by a trap corner. Bradbury rolled up on him. Yeah. Come on, bro. You got to see that.
Listen, you think he can see that, though?
Trap.
It was so quick. It was so quick. I thought, listen, even after I had to wait to see the replay, I thought he was gambling, and I noticed instead of he was supposed to be dropping back in the zone. He said, man, F that. Man, he jumped that so quick.
Because you know why? What the formation tell you in a situation like that, what they're gonna try to do? Try to get a cheap 5. Because guess what? That's a wide receiver on a linebacker. So what they gonna do? Push up, run your little stick route.
Push up, yep. And they knew it. It's damn near like they baited him into that. Yeah. And played trap at the right time.
In a situation like that, you're getting desperate. You got to make it, because the last thing you can do is fall and fail. It could go down by another score. That's especially a touchdown, Ocho. A field goal doesn't doom you, but man, to go down a touchdown, another score there, a touchdown there, that might have lasting effect. But I said this. Hold on. 2 weeks ago, I said Jalen Hurts. I've never seen. I don't know if I've seen somebody quite like him. He can have the most mundane, the most mediocre game, and they're just flailing around on both sides of the ball. But come fourth quarter, if that game is close, he'll find a way to pull it out. Every time.
And he's done it. He's done it consistently every time.
We just saw it Monday night against the Chiefs. He just flailing around, ain't nothing going their way. Then all of a sudden, the fourth quarter, the game's close, and then he makes a play. He believes. I mean, he is just like so calm. He's the perfect person to play in Philly because he understands how fickle the Philly fans are. They're going to love you. They're going to boo you. He just rides the wave. He don't get too high. He don't get too low.
Right in between.
All the sellers, he's like, look, I'm supposed to do this. I keep the main thing the main thing. I don't get high when it's good. I don't get low when it's bad. I just stay even keel, and good things happen. That was a phenomenal game. That was a good look. And they, I think they still don't they play the Eagles? No, Buffalo. I think who got the Eagles got San Francisco next week, right? Because the 49ers still got Buffalo, the Eagles, and the Cowboys. No.
Prime time, huh?
Eagles have. Okay, the Eagles have the Niners, Cowboys, Seahawks.
Ooh.
And the Bills still got. Don't the Bills have the Niners also? Okay. The Bills have Chiefs, Cowboys, Dolphins.
The Chiefs. Ooh. Oh wait, that's the next three.
Philly got Niners, Cowboys, Seahawks. Bills got Chiefs, Cowboys, Dolphins.
Boy, it can get ugly. Well, not for the Eagles. Listen, the Eagles 10-1 now, right? Well, they sitting pretty. They sitting real pretty.
They could look if they win these two games against they're the number one seed. No, you can't catch them because they would have beaten the Cowboys twice. So they have a 2-0. So that's like a 3-0 lead right there in the division.
Right.
And if they beat the 49ers will have 4 losses. And it's a conference opponent. So it'll be basically it's a death blow for the number one seed. Anybody trying to catch the number one seed, that means the Eagles will lock that up.
And your bot lane is.
And then I'm looking at the Bills schedule. The next 3 games. I think if they don't improve or show some sign of something, if they lose to the Dolphins That's going to be tough.
If they lose
I don't
to the
think
Dolphins, that's probably
Wait, why is the brand taking the CS?
I think they're going to lose to. I think they're going to lose to the. They're not going to.
Because the Dolphins are 8-3, right? If I'm not mistaken, the Dolphins are 8-3.
Then you say they got. Who else they got? You say they got the.
Who else you say they got? The Bills.
I'm talking about the Bills.
The Bills got the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Dolphins.
It could get ugly. It could get. They might lose 2 of the next 3, and I think heads gonna roll if that happens.
Yeah. Well,
Brand just landed his combo.
Leslie Frazier left. They had a very good. I had an outstanding defense. Leslie Frazier was doing a great job
immediately.
And you know, Sean McDermott wanted to take over the play calling. Okay, there it is.
Right. Oh, right there. Brand like just not
take it over. You got it.
Defensively, it didn't hurt
easy
when Milano
kills.
went down.
Support. Does he have his own?
White.
Right.
Bond hasn't gotten
back.
Oh,
but I ain't no way that Brand just walked straight backwards like that. Like that's
an ACL
surprising.
injury.
Is also not ugly.
It's rough. It's tough to be able to get back to what you once
were
as you start to age. Those injuries start to take it at you once you get to a certain point, Ocho.
Bro, twice now the Brand got hit by Senna. Brand has like good health, good mana. Like, what is he doing? The support. Oh, one, I don't recommend anyone to play Brand support. Is that too? Is she gonna eat? No. Just surprised that the Senna is 1v2ing. Because her support just is not. Oh my dude, 3 times in a row? Wow. Yeah, that was already. Oh, now he lands a stunt? Maybe if she. Okay, auto, you got it, cute, auto. Oh, you're too close to Senna. What is Brand doing? Bro, what is this? I think he kills him on the burn, right? Dude, this support just. If she has any other support, this 10-10 tie game, but if Arya has any other support, they beat the enemy team. This Brand is holding back the team. Oh, he's 1-4? Oh, yeah. Why is there a Triss mid? It's 1-3. Like, what? I mean, people need to stop playing Triss mid. They're not, like, the Tristana mid. What, do you think they're faker? I'm like, what? Also, just like, support player just like does not work. Any other support that high elo support that holds their weight in water destroys Brand. Like, Brand's an easy target because Brand really is just a mid laner. So Brand needs the gold, needs the power spike and XP in the mid lane. If he's a support, it just weakens the champion. Okay, they gotta stop the allowing. They have to. The team has to. Ain't no way allowing can be here. Auto. What? She has her Q up. I don't understand. What? What I did was I like Kiss of the Fallen, just stacking stats on top of stacks. Oh, you can use the kind of decoys. But her economy is already really good. level 7, you have plenty of gold. Now it's just coming back to team cost. Just going disco. It's a new set, new stuff. For me, with the new set, I just kind of, just kind of go standard and just pretty much just play with the RNG TFT gods give you. Just kind of play off the board. But I am kind of leaning towards, if I play TFT, just like a true damage team or a Senna carry into whatever. Is how it was what I'm initially thinking. Like Griffin is champ select. He's in a good position. Third pick, jungler, doing his thing. Bishop went to sleep. Roxy's doing a sponsored stream.
One simple but brilliant trick to heat your home in 90 seconds and save thousands of dollars on your heating bill.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. There were a bunch of Star Wars announcements this week. Ahsoka Season 2, The Mandalorian Season 4 details. Dave Filoni basically just became the Kevin Feige of all Star Wars. Like, he just took control of all of Star Wars, which a lot of us assumed had either already happened or would happen pretty soon. So we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I'll be doing Mandalorian Season 4 videos, Ahsoka Season 2 as we get more details, and we have the Skeleton Crew series, which is a Mandalorian spin-off that'll be happening early next year too. I will do episode videos for everything they wind up releasing. Don't worry, we'll get more trailers for that pretty soon. But starting with the big stuff first, Dave Filoni basically taking over all of Star Wars. What just happened is that Dave Filoni did this big interview for Ahsoka Season 2, like right after the Ahsoka finale, but it sounds like they held the interview till after the strikes had finished because there were a bunch of announcements that Lucasfilm was sitting on in a bunch of projects that were waiting to actually get started till after the strikes, so they just waited till after the strikes to release the interview where he was talking about all these upcoming projects.
One of the terms we use is, the war between the New Republic and the Remnant Empire. So we're going to see, you need a conflict, and I'm, just kind of looking at a lot of the things that were written over the years in various expanded universe projects, trying not just to look at what John and I did, but we're looking at what was done kind of historically in the time period as a guide. I think for, generations of Star Wars fans before the era of, episodes 7, 8, and 9, that was what we saw as the post-Return of the Jedi era when you're talking about story and characters in the expanded universe. So there's a treasure of things to draw from, not just within our own series, but in the bigger galaxy.
But basically, after Ahsoka Season 1 finished, they had already soft greenlit Ahsoka Season 2. Dave Filoni had been working on the scripts for Season 2 for a while, but they still needed a lot of work. Then the strikes happened, so they had to pause all development for a while. Same thing with The Mandalorian Season 4. Like, they couldn't actually start filming Season 4 until after the strikes had finished, which they are now, thankfully. But Dave Filoni explained that before this year, what used to happen is that he served as sort of like a creative director role behind the scenes with all Star Wars projects, like all the movies and the TV shows, but they'd only bring him in for his creative input to try and fix things or make things better after the projects had already gotten started. Really good example of that is the Star Wars sequel trilogy of movies, Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, even stuff like Rogue One, the Han Solo movie. He's been a co-creator and a co-showrunner on The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau and all the animated shows. He's been showrunning the Ahsoka series by himself without Jon Favreau's help. So some of that stuff he was working on from day one, like some of the stuff he helped develop himself. But all the other shows like Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the movies, they'd bring him in later in the process and he'd try and help them make the movies better, fix problems. Same thing with the TV shows. So a lot of times there were issues that he couldn't really address because they were too far along in the process. Like when it came to the sequel trilogy of movies, they had already laid so much track and there was so much work that had already been done that they could only do so much to make the movies better after the fact. What he himself basically just revealed, though, is that he kind of become like the Kevin Feige of Star Wars pretty recently. It sounds like it happened earlier this year, and they just waited to announce it. But it was basically him getting a big promotion, so to speak, and getting creative control over all Star Wars everything. All the movies, the TV shows, publishing, everything. So whereas they'd only bring him in to get his input after stuff was up and running already, now anybody that wants to make new Star Wars movies, TV shows, anything, has to pitch him the idea first before they actually get started making it. So as part of this larger interview about the future of all Star Wars this past year, he said that he's there in the room, basically deciding on what the future of Star Wars is actually going to look like, whereas before that wasn't the case. Mostly he's talking about the movies and the TV shows. So like in the last Star Wars Celebration, they announced a bunch of upcoming Star Wars movies taking place all across the timeline. Dave Filoni is basically there in the room deciding what those movies are actually going to be, what they're going to look like as the directors are hired and brought on board. This is basically them finally addressing one of the major criticisms of the sequel trilogy of movies like the past 10 years. They got started without any real clear vision on the entire story, like any real creative control. There's no actual Kevin Feige type of person in the room having that kind of control over the movies that has the creative vision to actually pull that off. For example, Kathleen Kennedy is really more of like an overseer, kind of like a glorified accountant signing all of the checks. She's had creative input before, but for the most part, usually what they've done in the past, particularly with the movies, is that they'll hire directors to come on and writers and just let those directors do basically whatever they want to do. But this big upgrade that they gave to Dave Filoni kind of just happened at DC with James Gunn, taking over all movies and DC shows. He's basically doing the same thing that Dave Filoni is doing now at Star Wars. And just like James Gunn, Dave Filoni is also supposed to be directing the Thrawn movie, like James Gunn is directing Superman Legacy, but he's also creatively overseeing all movies and TV shows. Same thing with the Ahsoka Season 2. Like Dave Filoni will also be the showrunner for Ahsoka Season 2, and he'll still be co-showrunner on The Mandalorian. Here's where we get to Ahsoka Season 2 and The Mandalorian Season 4. So as part of this big preview of the future of Star Wars, Dave Filoni confirmed that during Ahsoka Season 2, they did plan to continue the Baylan Skoll storyline, which a lot of us believe they would. There was such a big teaser at the end of the finale. He addressed Ray Stevenson's passing, may he rest in peace. Told a couple funny stories about them talking about the character behind the scenes. Like, there was so much story that they were setting up with his character. He did say that they intended on paying that off. Now, he didn't say explicitly that they were going to recast the character, only that they would pay the story off. But I think a lot of us reading between the lines would not be surprised if they did recast the character. Basically, the last time we saw him at the end of the finale, he was standing on the statue of the Mortis gods, the father, the son, the daughter, with him staring at the beacon in the distant mountain that the father was pointing at, basically trying to enter what looked like the Mortis realm, possibly become a Mortis god, or just harness their power and, like he said, end all war all over the universe. In order to do something like that, that would be like a final solution for the entire universe. Like, you'd either have to kill a ton of people or make some massive, massive change, which would require power on the level of the Mortis gods. That's why you're seeing all this fan art of Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka in the place of the Mortis gods here. Like, they are becoming new versions of the Mortis gods. I did a bunch of separate videos about that, so I'll link them below in the description. Basically, Anakin Skywalker is sort of taking the role that the Mortis gods used to serve, kind of becoming a Mortis god, so to speak. That's basically what the father told him during the Clone Wars, is that he was destined to essentially take their role in the universe. And that was meant to be the full, actual fulfillment of the prophecy. Not so much balancing the Jedi Order, which most people believe, but in a much more cosmic way, balance everything in the entire universe. He also did say that the development of this Peridia galaxy, them introducing this other galaxy, was a big, big, long play in the movies that they'll eventually pay off. Like, it wasn't just meant to be this one side-off thing in this Ahsoka Season 1. I think that was mostly him also talking about the Night Sisters and bringing them back in the Star Wars universe. The ancient witch kingdom of the Dathomiri.
What they're trying to promote
like 2 or
is
3 spin-off TV shows just about them. Dave Filoni also addressed that ending scene teaser with Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka. He said the intention was for Anakin to be viewing Ahsoka after all they'd been through this season, recently with Thrawn, inside the World Between Worlds, like he was also the same Anakin that gave Ahsoka her final lesson, confirming that, like it wasn't 2 different versions of Anakin.
Kevin, Molly, hi. I didn't come over here honestly expecting.
And he was smiling here because he was happy to see that Ahsoka had become wiser through her experience and would be a much better master to her Padawan, Sabine Wren. And this was not the last we had seen of Anakin Skywalker. Now it sounds like, based on the way that they're plotting things out, is that Ahsoka Season 2 is going to fall before the Thrawn movie, and they'll use more time during that to set the Thrawn the Night Sister storyline inside the main galaxy, but also using some of the Mandalorian Season 4 for that too. So here's where we jump to The Mandalorian Season 4. A lot of the plot of Season 4 is supposedly going to revolve around Mando and Grogu going around looking for Thrawn, the other Imperial remnant forces, now that Ezra Bridger has told the New Republic about what's happened. So The Mandalorian Season 4 is basically taking all that story they set up at the end of Ahsoka Season 1 and running with it. Like, basically the next part of the story as we head towards the Thrawn movie. And the whole idea at the end of The Mandalorian Season 3, in this scene here, was meant to be Mando taking a job doing mercenary work for the New Republic specifically, and he'd be hunting the Imperial remnant around the Outer Rim. So it's more of like a hunter-seeker, bounty hunter type of season, kind of like Season 1, but specifically targeting Imperials. Katie Sackhoff, talking about Bo-Katan, the other Mandalorians, also said that her character was not going to be taking over the show or anything like that. So that means that there won't be that much of the Mandalorians on the Mandalore planet, but probably just like a little bit to check in with them. There was so much of them during Season 3. People are like, what's going on? Is she going to take over the TV show? According to Katie Sackhoff, that is not the case. The show is still going to be just about Din Djarin and Grogu. But because Pedro Pascal has like 3 or 4 other movies now that he's also working on and a couple other TV shows, that basically confirms that he is not going to be taking the helmet off during Season 4, probably not going to take it off until the Thrawn movie winds up happening. That's basically the way they did Season 3, so just imagine the same type of performance that he had during Season 3, just a voiceover performance. They won't actually start filming Season 4 until early next year, but it's basically ready to go. Like Jon Favreau had the scripts ready to go a while ago. I do not think they're going to finish special effects in time for a December release, though, so they might try to release Season 4 in early 2025, around the same time that they release Season 3. That means if they hustle, they might be able to get Ahsoka Season 2 out by the end of 2025, around the time they're trying to release that next Star Wars movie. But because the strikes delayed everything almost like a whole year, they might not release the next Star...
The writers for like a film, TV, kind of online series, will, they're on a strike for better pay, representation in the films, credit rolls and all that. Because you want your name in the credits as writers so that you can get accredited, you get paid. So it makes sense. I guess they delayed everything probably by 12 months.
Movie, whatever that winds up being, until 2026. But basically, this Dave Filoni interview confirmed that around the same time that they released Season 3. That means if they hustle, they might be able to get Ahsoka Season 2 out by the end of 2025, around the time they're trying to release that next Star Wars movie. But because the strikes delayed everything almost like a whole year, they might not release...
Yeah, Disney plus Lucasfilm and Star Wars family, they'll... Because Lucasfilm also does other VFX, and ILM also does other VFX. I can see that. They'll probably utilize... Of course, they could roll out
the next Star Wars movie, whatever that
TV shows, but they're also doing such high quality.
But basically, this Dave Filoni
interview
confirmed that the next Star Wars movie will be the one that's set in the future after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. The Thrawn movie would happen like the year after that. So set your clocks based on when that next Star Wars movie winds up happening.
2025 is probably also
the next big TV show that's going to be happening will be
and...
Skeleton Crew. That could be coming out sometime early 2024, maybe by the spring, so we should get a trailer for that pretty soon. There was a much bigger trailer for that earlier last year. I've already done a video for it, so I'll link it down in the description below. And
yeah, the fact that
the Star Wars...
They already had a trailer for...
Acolyte series.
Yeah, we're probably going to get the Acolyte series and the Skeleton Crew, because they've already... probably shot, filmed, done a ton of this stuff already.
We're probably going to be releasing it sometime late next year, too.
Yeah.
Whenever they wind up announcing,
spring is probably
Skeleton Crew, for it, so no worries.
Fall is
Click
probably
here for
the
my
Acolyte.
other Mandalorian Season 4 teaser video and learn what's going on with Cal Kestis in live action. And click here for that Star Wars Acolyte trailer video. Thank you.
There's one simple vision hack anyone can use to improve vision.
Yeah. Moon Knight Season 2, yep. They want Pedro Pascal to play Reed Richards? $552K views. Oh snap! What is this? Oh, I need to watch the Marvels freaking. Yep. Avatar is gonna be pretty hype. Like this. I need to watch this. I also need to catch up on Loki season 2. Well, they have to change Kang because what was it like? The main actor like beat up a woman or something like that, or maybe it was sexual assault or something. Something. The actor that played Kang, it's like domestic violence or something bad, maybe sexual assault or something bad. He just it was the role. He did something stupid and bad, and then he lost the role. So then imagine they have to change the actor, change the timeline, all that. Superman Legacy. I'm like, what? Sure, I guess I could see that. Whatever they're trying to do. What? This dude's not big enough to play Superman. I mean, Henry Cavill had the better jaw, high cheekbones. Tell me, this dude's the new Superman? What? Ain't no way. This no way. Ain't no way. Henry's not back, but I look at it like, what? This dude. It's not big enough to play Superman. At least Henry Cavill had the body frame. Oh yeah, Yu Hakusho should be fun. What? This dude? Yeah, but Henry Cavill had the body type. Henry Cavill had the body type to play as a superhero. What is this? What?
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. As owner of Mint Mobile, my goal is to spend as little as possible on things like commercials, so we can pass more savings to customers. When I saw what they're charging...
This real? Let me go to DC. Is there a... Sure, DC. Let me see what you're all doing. Am I missing something here?
This city is fallen, Alfred. And we must endeavor...
Oh, this isn't... What? Is there a... Hold on, I got a meeting in like a few minutes. Oh my goodness. Come on. That's weird. Okay. It's at 8:20. Yes. Is the heat on? What's going on here? Broxy's doing sponsor content. Jenny's going back into TFT. Oh, wow. What's happening? Oh, you know what it is? I probably need to... Griffin 1311. Whoa. Hitting like 12 CSPM. Great economy. Super accelerated kill gold. Full control. It's essentially damn near perfect. All he has to do now is just clean up. There's nothing the enemy can do. 4211. Maybe, yeah, he has a 2-level lead onto anyone on the enemy team. They understood the assignment. They were like, nice. Perfect game. GG. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more GG's in chat.
GG. Nice. Big win. Holy, what the hell? Nemesis team is so strong. In Jutsu's thing? It's Juzukill, Malice, Nemesis, Viger V2's Ven. Huh? That's kinda sad. Can we watch the Penta? Does anyone have the clip? Bro, I need clippers. do tonight, Chow.
Brock's are doing his sponsored content stuff. Different characters, it appears. I do appreciate the fact that this game is not realistic looking, but that it has the anime style, stylistic.
We're on the big screen now.
Platform action kind of play. Okay, this dude has. Oh, you dodge enemy attacks by switching to other characters?
Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's a scary one.
Oh, my pursuers are finally here. I've been waiting. Huh? This guy's had a complete change of personality. His installed voice was nothing like this.
Grappler, your smart core may have malfunctioned.
I gotta focus up.
So we can fix you.
It's been a long road to get to this boss. No choking now. I'm a real bro.
You call yourself a real bro after that sneak attack? Oh, look who's talking. The answer is simple then. Let's battle. One on one.
Down.
Battle of real bros.
This little one is so cute. I'll just explode.
I better take things seriously.
Let's show this thing how it's done.
Witness my power.
Come on.
Like, the game can do all of this, but then
Why did you run away from us?
if I could disable like the screen shaking, that'd be great.
Just trying to burn it down. That attack kind of hit. Ah. Two of our characters are still healthy, we should be fine. No jinxing.
Nice, 3800 damage. That is a lot. Let's see, 338, 378, 600, 42.
What's this?
Oh.
Mission complete! Let's go! I completed my first mission. The first one was a failure, but now! Improvements! Yay!
Gain some sort of resources of some kind.
Oh, that feels good.
In-game currency and items. What's on this?
I was worried I would choke on that boss fights, but it didn't happen. All this fighting is crazy. Okay. Let's go explore a little bit. Wait, he just fell off. You okay there, bro? He just randomly fell. Just go out here on the street.
Oh, is this the...
I think we do.
Is this supposed to be my meeting?
Yeah, what's out here?
Hello?
Hello, sir? It suddenly occurs to me that the three gates once recalled a batch of defective Bangbu before. I heard... Huh? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Wait. He's gone! Oh, I can't walk out here. Have a look around. Oh, there's this little funny one. Mr. Hello! Hello there, it is me, Mr. Broxer.
Oh, it's because I...
Oh, it has daily tasks, weekly goals, association matters. Try one coffee. Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting some coffee, that sounds pretty nice. After all that fighting especially. It's a music store.
Do not need a survey.
Oh, this is still locked. Okay, so this is, we can unlock different tunes. Wait. If we go back, I think we could we purchase one? Elfie's Daily Special. Doom Grindcore 2. Nice.
I'll have to join probably during my cell phone for this meeting.
Is this where we get coffee?
20 minutes, even then in like 10 minutes I'll probably cut out so I can have this meeting.
Noodles!
For some reason it's just not working on Chrome, but
Really
hopefully it works on my cell phone. This freaking app.
I'll take...
Let me turn on the heat.
What's going on? What do you think, Charles? What should we go for? There's a lot of interesting dishes here.
Cold.
I'm kind of feeling a fried barbecue noodles personally, but I think that's the route we go. HP plus 15%, physical damage plus 15. Yes, please. That sounds great. I'll order it now. Confirm. Look at him go! Wow. Wow. Very nice. I still need to find out where I can get the coffee. What is this? This is the arcade. This looks like a coffee place. Yeah, coffee shop.
Now my body's sore.
Mint espresso.
Yeah, dismiss. Got the alarms. Oh. Okay. It's kind of cool. And then, it's all pre-recorded animations, right? Smell.
Do our daily quest. Hello there. Flame.
Interesting.
Nice. This one looks so funny. The tasks and corresponding rewards have been meticulously arranged by Mr. Hello. No way. Look at this one. It's just sitting there. Diddy News. Eating. Experts claim there's no evidence to support the statement. What a bang. Hey, cool. Is there anything back here? Can we walk back here? I think we go to the arcade now. I believe so. So we've tried a lot of different characters. We've fought a lot. We tried the Hollow Zero Commission. We tried a regular mission. There should be a lot of interesting mini games here. The Godfinger Arcade.
Looking to relax after a busy day at work? You're at the right place.
Okay, cool. Love the sound of it. How does this work?
Maybe they're different mini games. Oh, it's only
Snake Duel?
2? There's only 2. Oh, okay.
Enjoy a thrilling showdown in Snake Duel. Use the direction
Old school
to
game.
change direction and collect beans to make your
I mean, everyone's seen the game Snake. Looks like she's building a... Griffin's doing his thing. Nice, last pick. Nice. Casual still gaming. What's what Cagel's doing? Jimmy's playing.
What you're about to see is going to melt your brain.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just announced Moon Knight Season 2, and a couple other shows will be getting Season 2s, so we'll break it all down. It is finally time for Moon Knight to try and kill God. Weirdly, something that should have been happening during Thor Love and Thunder, since they used Gore the God Butcher, but there wasn't a whole lot of God butchering that happened during that movie. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Of course, I'll be doing them for the series when it does actually release. But you may have seen some of the Season 2 talk in your feeds recently. There were a number of different series that they announced. Moon Knight is just one of them. I'll focus mostly on that during this video just because we know more about what's actually going on during that. Oscar Isaac even gave away the fact that they were planning Season 2 over a year ago in a video. Thank you very much.
The question on everyone's mind, is there a Season 2?
Why else will we be in Cairo?
Seems pretty straightforward. I say he was trying his hand at joining Team Spoiler Bros, but just revealing that they were working on a Season 2 isn't really a spoiler, and it's still gonna be a while before they actually get around to start filming it. There were a bunch of deleted storylines and things that they could not include in Season 1 that they can bring back for Season 2. I'll explain those during the video because some of them are pretty big, like Kit Harington's Black Knight was supposed to show up during Season 1. Werewolf by Night is a big character as part of Moon Knight's origin story. They couldn't include him during Season 1 because they were introducing him during the special that same year. And Boss the Panther Goddess, who's the god of Black Panther and most of the people in Wakanda, there are a couple Easter eggs for her during Season 1, but they couldn't really use her in a big way because they were using her during Thor Love and Thunder, which was coming out around the same time. She's from Khonshu's pantheon of gods. She's Khonshu's sister. There were even a couple Easter eggs for the Rama Tut version of Kang, because obviously this is all leading towards Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 Secret Wars.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch.
So there were just a lot of really big connections to the wider Marvel universe that they couldn't really include this. A lot of really cool parts of his backstory too that they can bring back for Season 2. But the end of Moon Knight Season 1 set up a lot of the events that Season 2 will deal with pretty well. In that tag scene at the end, it was revealed that Moon Knight had more personalities inside him than he realized. During the season, they were only conscious of the original Mark Spector personality and the Stephen Grant persona. During the tag scene, presumably after he'd fallen asleep at some point at the end of the season, the Jake Lockley persona became dominant, which we'd had some Easter eggs for earlier in the season, like, wait a minute, who killed all these people? Like, what happened here? Why is there a massacre here? Oh, because it was Jake Lockley.
That wasn't you, was it, Stephen? Not a chance, mate.
There are a couple moments where they were both pointing at each other saying, was it you that killed all these people? No, was it you that killed all these people? Well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Then who was it? So at some point at the end of the season, they fall asleep. The Jake Lockley persona becomes dominant, and then Khonshu forms a new contract with him to become his avatar, reasserting his control over their collective body, so to speak. Because even if he only has a contract with one of the personalities, he still gains control over their entire body. And if you weren't sure during Season 1, I think they were pretty clear about implying what was really going on. Khonshu was meant to be the real villain of Season 1 and will continue to be the real main villain of Season 2. They really wanted to end Season 1 letting you know how terrible he was, like he was never going to let Moon Knight, Mark Spector, the other personalities go. They would always be under his control. So he has Jake Lockley kill Arthur Harrow in the backseat of that limo on his orders. And that moment is meant to be from the comics with him in the business suit. So the whole idea during Season 2 is that Mark Spector, Stephen Grant become aware of Jake Lockley's existence, and the three of them battling it out for control of their body first, while they're still under Khonshu's control. He can still force them to do whatever he wants them to do. Khonshu also implied in that tag scene that there were many more personalities inside his body that he could form subsequent contracts with, and he could continue to break his mind so that he would develop even more personalities beyond that. That was the whole idea, is that Mark Spector developed all these alternate personas to deal with all this childhood trauma. Just because there were a couple that we knew about in his body didn't mean that more couldn't surface through time. All Khonshu has to do is just push him harder and harder and harder till his mind breaks even more, giving Khonshu more and more personalities to form contracts with.
Why would I ever need anybody else when he has no idea how troubled he truly is?
The other personalities that we know about from the comics are the Mr. Knight persona, who's like a world's greatest detective Batman kind of persona. There's a lot of Batman references that people make when they talk about Moon Knight, but when people call him Marvel's version of Batman, that's mostly just a joke. He's very different from actual Batman. But Mr. Knight is a relatively recent comic book creation. In the comics, there's also a fifth personality because they treat the Moon Knight persona as being totally different from the original Mark Spector persona. On the TV show, they made it seem like that was still just regular Mark Spector as the main version of Moon Knight. I think for the most part, they'll just deal with the Jake Lockley persona as like the one additional persona during Season 2. But the whole idea is that before he can defeat Khonshu for good, all of his personalities have to come to an internal agreement inside his own body. So that's like the first real battle he has to face. There are a couple moments like that in the comics too, where like all the personalities sit down and like, okay, we need to have a little chat here. There are a couple of major Moon Knight villains they could still use as mid-bosses too, like underneath Khonshu as being the main boss. It just depends on what they want the main theme of Season 2 to be. They already changed the origin of the Arthur Harrow character from the classic Moon Knight comics, making him a version of Shadow Knight, who in the comics was Moon Knight's real-life brother that briefly formed a contract with Khonshu, becoming a more evil version of Moon Knight. And that was kind of the backstory of Ethan Hawke's character, is that he was the previous version of Moon Knight, who was a way more hardcore version of the character, and that's what caused him to eventually break his contract with Khonshu and form the contract with Amit, who admittedly was an even worse god. But there's Black Spectre, there's Morpheus, not the Sandman version of Morpheus, a different one. They didn't use Werewolf by Night, like I said, because he was meant to debut during the special presentation. They can introduce him during the series, and they can form a friendship together, fighting more supernatural monsters. Then there's Kit Harington's Black Knight character with his ebony blade. He was supposed to show up during Season 1, but they said that they cut his scenes because they felt like there weren't going to be a big enough payoff for the character. Like, people would have expected something much, much bigger from his character. He was supposed to be featured in the museum scenes as another researcher that they went to for help uncovering the mystery of Amit and the other gods. So he wasn't going to be doing a ton of Black Knight stuff during the series. He was mostly going to be there as Dane Whitman, helping there with research-based stuff. Supposedly they also removed him from the Blade movie. The Ebony Blade will be a big part of the Blade movie, but not the actual Dane Whitman Black Knight character, which seems kind of weird to me. But I think part of the Blade movie is meant to take place in the distant past, and that's why Black Knight isn't in it. They've been talking about putting together a version of Marvel's Midnight Suns team. They could start to do that towards the end of Season 2. I wouldn't expect them to use all of Season 2 for Midnight Suns related stuff. Like, you have Ghost Rider, a bunch of other big characters they have to introduce before they can actually put that team together. But they could just set Moon Knight up to be on that team with all this Avengers 5, Avengers 6 Secret War stuff going on. Talking about some of the other gods, too, they didn't actually use Khonshu's father, Ra, or many members of Khonshu's pantheon of gods, the Ennead, basically the Egyptian gods. They can introduce more of them and use them in a much bigger way. What they actually did during Season 1 is they just used some of the human avatars of some of those other gods, who they then killed most of them off, meaning that the pantheon would just select new avatars, so the other gods did not die.
Earn 6% cash back when you use your American Express Blue Cash Preferred card at U.S. supermarkets.
Interesting.
Khonshu's pantheon lives in like another pocket dimension, kind of the way the TVA exists or like the Council of Kangs exist outside of the timeline. So all the stuff that Loki did at the end of Loki Season 2, for instance, repairing the multiverse, did not affect what was happening with those other places that were outside of time. One of the other major threats, and this becomes a bigger theme in the comics, is Khonshu's quest for revenge against the other gods. He's incredibly capricious, and he absolutely hates all the other gods, mostly because they banished him to Earth. There was a brief teaser for his father, Ra. He's the current leader of their pantheon since it came into existence. But like I said, there's the whole idea that Boss, the Panther goddess, is his sister and the goddess of Black Panther. There's just a lot of connections there, even though I don't think they would ever include the Black Panther character in like a Moon Knight series. They want to keep Black Panther, whoever is the Black Panther at any given moment, in the Black Panther movies, in the Avengers movies. But they can still include Boss, the Panther goddess, no problem. She was featured briefly during Thor Love and Thunder. I'm going to go ahead and assume they didn't want to trash her too much, so she did not go to that big sex fest that Zeus was planning at Omnipotent City. That was part of the whole joke of that, like the whole idea that the carpenter god was basically a version of Jesus. Like, did Jesus go to that giant sex fest too? There was a brief Easter egg for Boss during season 1, but like I said, they didn't actually include the physical character in the season. There were a couple Easter eggs for the Ramatut version of Kang, but like very, very small, blink and you'll miss it Easter eggs. They're still committed to the Council of Kang storyline. Season 2 would probably have some connection to Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, but I think they'd mostly focus on whatever internal story that they had. And if there is like some big connection to Avengers 5, that they'd be in like a post-credit scene. I think part of the idea of season 2, though, is that they start to wrap things up with the 3 of their personalities, Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley, forming an agreement between the 3 of them for control of their body, but also defeat Khonshu, and then realize that because we have Avengers 5, Avengers 6, like the Earth is threatened in a much bigger, more cosmic way, they need the powers of Moon Knight, so they need Khonshu, so they can't kill him. But let me know in the comments, what do you want them to do with Season 2? There's so much stuff in the comics that they could do, so many big connections, like even just Werewolf by Night, even if they don't include Black Knight's character. I'll do more Moon Knight videos and we'll learn more about what's happening with the future of the character. It'll probably be a little while before they start making a bunch of really big announcements. The next real big stuff that's coming up are the What If Season 2 episodes. My episode videos for that will start in a couple weeks, so make sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss that. That'll basically cover like the entire end of the year. Then we have a whole bunch of Daredevil, Echo, and X-Men 97 episodes early next year. Click here for that Loki Season 2 Beyonder Loki alternate ending and deleted scenes, and click here for that brand new trailer for the Scarlet Witch Agatha Darkhold Diaries series. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the...
I have a meeting I need to go to.